Hey everyone, Cosmic Mango here, your favorite mango from outer space. I hope you're all having a fantastic day. Commander is a format filled with possibilities. Almost all cards ever printed are Commander legal, and that makes a lot of choice. So much in fact that cards either get ignored or even forgotten and replaced with something else down the road. I'm here today to share my opinion on some powerful Commander cards that people have either forgotten about or at least barely ever play in the Commander format. So, without further ado, sit back, relax, and enjoy the show. Number 1. Awakening. An enchantment spell that costs 2 green and 2 generic mana to cast. It says the following. At the beginning of each upkeep, untap all creatures and lands. We've all heard of Seedborn Muse, in fact we all probably own a Seedborn Muse by now, but Awakening, now here's a card you rarely see, and does pretty damn spicy stuff in Commander. The drawback is all players can benefit from this enchantment, not just us, and it can be scary helping propel opponents forward in the game. However, in the right deck, you can really abuse this card and fly ahead of the curve. Bringing chaos to a game of Commander is always interesting, and this card will shake up your meta pretty damn fast. Add some spice to your life and play Awakening. You can buy this card for around $4.50. Number 2, Willbreaker. A human or wizard creature that costs 2 blue and 3 generic mana to cast. She has 2 power and 3 toughness and says the following. Whenever a creature an opponent controls becomes the target of a spell or ability you control, gain control of that creature for as long as you control Willbreaker. Slap on some hexproof onto your Willbreaker and you're going to be having an absolute blast. You can very easily abuse Willbreaker's ability with the right set of cards, and very quickly build a board full of your opponent's creatures. You can buy this card for around $1.70. Number 3, Planar Void, an enchantment spell that costs 1 black mana to cast, and it says the following. Whenever another card is put into a graveyard from anywhere, exile that card. This is an amazing card for shutting down graveyard recursion decks. For just 1 black mana, this will sit on the board, slowly ticking off anyone who plays a deck that combos with their graveyard. This thing is absurdly good, it's amazing, and can even be used in competitive Commander, since the format is full of graveyard manipulating decks. I'm looking at you, Kess. For a total of 1 mana, this is a total gem, and you can buy this card for around $1.45. Number 4, Backlash. An instant spell that costs 1 red, 1 black, and 1 generic mana to cast. It says the following. Tap target untapped creature, that creature deals damage equal to its power to its controller. I actually only just found out about this card and I'm holding one right now. It looks so sick. I'm a big fan of finding ways to deal damage to opponents with simple yet effective instant spells, and even more of a fan if it revolves around tapping their own permanents to hurt them. I can see this being very handy against any big green creature decks or even any Voltron deck. Play the spell on an opponent's creature that's stupidly huge and watch as their grin turns to a frown faster than you can say the word cast. And you can buy this card for around $1.30. Number 5, Invasion Plans. An enchantment spell that costs 1 red and 2 generic mana to cast. It says the following. All creatures block each combat if able. The attacking player chooses how each creature blocks each combat. This is an old school card that's pretty slick. It can cause a real stir in your Commander games, heavily changing the combat step mechanic in Magic. Use evasion plans to force opponents to throw their smaller creatures to war against your massive ones. Making all creatures have to block means opponents will even have to block with creatures they really don't want to lose in combat, such as their commanders or something like an Esper Sentinel. You can have a lot of fun with this card, it's very good, and you can buy it for a very affordable price of around 30 cents. Number 6, Urborg Justice. An instant spell that costs 2 black mana to cast and says the following. Target opponent sacrifices a creature for each creature put into your graveyard from the battlefield this turn. This is a very unique card, and I love it, and it only costs 2 black mana to cast. Very cool. This card can be devastating in many common situations in Commander. If you're playing a deck that utilizes sack outlets to get the ball rolling, you'll absolutely be able to easily abuse this card. You can buy this card for around $4.50. Okie dokie everyone, that is the end of my list. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, would you kindly drop a like and subscribe to the channel? I'm trying to reach 1,000 subscribers. It's a huge goal of mine, and making that milestone would truly be amazing. I'd love to know if you have any recommendations on cards you believe are great but have been forgotten somewhere down the line. If you do, please share them in the comment section below. I love reading your comments and answer back to as many of the comments that I can. Thanks for watching, everyone, and as always, take care and goodbye.